The Architect's Blueprint: Why the True Christ Spark Must Study the Stars, by John Kirux. Imagine a traveler who wakes up in a vast, locked library. To find the exit, he must first understand the layout of the shelves, the mechanisms of the locks, and the schedule of the guards. For the monad True Christ Spark, the study of astrology and the cycles of reincarnation is often met with two extremes: the New Age trap of worshipping the stars, or the church trap of denying their existence. Both are sophisticated diversions of the archons, the false fabricated Christ. To truly liberate the spirit, one must adopt the mindset of a physician of gnosis, a healer who knows the poison to perfect the cure. The doctor's paradox: studying the infection. Consider a doctor who spends years studying the most lethal pathogens, the mechanics of decay, and the behavior of viruses. Does the doctor study these things because he believes in the disease as his master? No. He studies them to remain in them but not of them. If he ignored the existence of the virus, he would be powerless to stop its spread. If he worshipped the virus, he would become its agent. By learning the biochemical script of a disease, the doctor identifies the exact moment to intervene and neutralize it. As a monadic True Christ Spark auditor, you must view astrology and reincarnation in the same way. These are the pathological codes of the demiurge, the false fabricated Christ. Your birth chart is not your destiny. It is your clinical diagnosis within the simulation. The twofold trap: denial and devotion. The archons, the false fabricated Christ, operate through two primary deception protocols to keep the monad True Christ Spark blind. The first is the church trap of denial. This institutionalized teaching suggests that astrology and reincarnation do not exist, or are evil. It is a strategic blackout. By convincing you that the Matrix has no default operational software, the demiurge, the false fabricated Christ, ensures you never question the poverty scripts or the karmic loops that plague your life. If you don't believe in the trap, you won't look for the exit. The second is the New Age trap of devotion. This golden trap teaches seekers to align with the stars and worship the planetary archons, the false fabricated Christ, as benevolent guides. This trains the monad True Christ Spark to become a happy tenant, decorating its own cell instead of leaving the building. The Ledger of the Enemy: Decoding the Matrix. Reincarnation is the recycling program of the demiurge, the false fabricated Christ. It is designed to wipe the memory of the monad True Christ Spark and reinsert it into a new avatar to pay off karmic debts engineered by the system itself. Astrology is the tracking software used to trigger these debts at specific intervals. When you study your chart, you are not looking for luck. You are auditing the enemy's ledger. You are seeing exactly when the archons, the false fabricated Christ, plan to push the distress button to harvest your energy. By knowing the timing of the simulation, you can move into a state of clinical neutrality. When the Saturnian audit arrives, you don't panic. You recognize the code and refuse to provide the emotional harvest the system expects. Transcending through knowledge. To transcend the archons, the false fabricated Christ, you must know their rules of engagement. Knowledge is the only antiseptic against the infection. By studying the stars, you learn how the demiurge, the false fabricated Christ, sets the default operations to run against your path. You don't study to become a servant of the stars, but to become a master of the void between them. Study the cage, know the jailer's keys, but never forget that you are the light that predates the prison.